You read the employment contract. You agreed to the starting salary. You finally signed the official tax forms. That signature does exactly what you expect. It gets you on the payroll. But it also triggers an automated pipeline, quietly transmitting your personal information to a federal database that most Americans don't even know exists. To understand why it's there, look back to the early 1990s. State child support agencies had a massive jurisdictional blind spot. If an absentee parent owed child support but moved across state lines, the trail went cold. State databases simply couldn't talk to each other. In 1996, Congress solved this by creating the National Directory of New Hires. Instead of trying to force 50 different state systems to communicate, they decided to build a single central ledger. The law placed a strict mandate on every employer in the country. Whether you work for a multinational corporation or a local landscaping company, your boss has exactly 20 days to send 6 specific data points to the federal government: your name, your social security number, your home address, the company's address, your hire date, and your wages. Instantly, millions of private businesses were required to report local employment data directly to a single federal hub in Washington. By trying to track down parents who owed child support, the federal government had successfully legislated the construction of the largest automated data collection pipeline in American history. All that employment data flows here, the Office of Child Support Enforcement, housed inside the Department of Health and Human Services. Inside, a massive Oracle rack cluster handles continuous data ingestion. Every night, batch jobs pull millions of state records into the federal pipeline. The cluster then sorts this raw data into enormous relational schemas for new hires, wages, and unemployment claims. The result is a living telemetry engine. It continuously registers the movements and earnings of the American workforce in near real time. To make sense of millions of incoming rows, the database uses a powerful matching engine. When your new hire record arrives, the system uses rigid Social Security number verification alongside fuzzy logic for variations in names, instantly linking your new job to your existing employment history. Once you build an accurate pipe ingesting the employment status of nearly every American, other federal agencies are going to want access to it. The Internal Revenue Service began tapping into the data for tax audits and to detect fraudulent returns. The Department of Justice secured access to run law enforcement queries, while the Treasury Department used it to locate individuals for federal debt collection. Even the Social Security Administration tied in, cross-checking the database to audit disability eligibility claims. Look at this schematic. We can see the original directory at the center, now branching out into a dense spiderweb of active connections across the federal government. A highly specialized engineering tool designed to track parents, organically expanded into a multi-agency surveillance engine. The data was simply too valuable to ignore. That valuable data stays in the system for years. It doesn't matter if you move to a new state, change industries, or legally change your name. As long as you work, the ledger quietly maintains a continuous log of your professional life. From a cybersecurity perspective, amassing millions of social security numbers, your home addresses, and wage records in a single location creates a highly targeted threat model. The architecture itself compounds the risk. Relying on legacy, batch-driven data pipelines pulling from 50 different state systems, each with wildly inconsistent data quality, represents a massive, centralized single point of failure. If this centralized cluster were ever breached, the fallout would eclipse major known disasters like the OPM hack or the Equifax leak. The raw financial and locational telemetry stored here is far more complete. Yet, despite granting the government absolute transparency into your employment, the system is a black box to the public. There is no dashboard to check your own file for errors, no public user interface, and absolutely no way to opt out. Massive surveillance systems are rarely built out of malice. They are built out of legacy engineering and pure utility. In a 1996 attempt to enforce a single child support law across state borders, the government accidentally constructed an inescapable, permanent ledger that will silently track every single job you ever get.